ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिताम् भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीं अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् Partha Pratiboditam, it is not Bhagavatam, it is Bhagavata. By Bhagavan, by the Lord. So, we will continue our study of the second chapter. First, let us do our chanting as usual. So, we will start from verse number 4 and we can continue till 10. So, please chant together. Arjuna Uvacha Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubhi Pratiyotsyami Pujarhavarisuddhana Guru Nahatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum pekshamapi aloke Attvarthakamanstu guru nihaiva Bunjiya bhogan rudira pradiktan Na chaitadvidma kataranno gariyo Yadva jayema yadivano jayeyo Yane vahatva najijivishama Steva stitha pramukhe dhartarashya Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava Prichhami tvam dharma sammuda cheta Yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitam me Shishyasteham shadimam tvam Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat Yat shokamutshoshanamindriyanam Avapya bhuma vasapatnamriddham Rajyam suranam apichadipatyam Sanjay Uvacha Evam uktva rishikesham Gudakesha parantapa Nayotsya iti govindam Uktva tushnim babhuvaha Tamuvacha rishikesha Prahasanniva bharata Senayor ubhayor madhye Vishidantamidam vachaha. So we have seen that Arjuna gets spiritual awakening, he surrenders to Shri Krishna but still refuses to fight. Na yotsya iti govindam uktva tushnim babhuva. He became silent after saying, whatever you may say, I am not fighting. So, having spoken thus to Krishna, Arjuna became silent. Then Tamuvacha Rishikesha Prahasanniva Bharata. So, to him who was sorrowing between the two armies, Rishikesha, as if smiling, said these words. And we have seen last time that the great Shankaracharya, Acharya, generally we don't even take his name, we just, out of reverence, we just, in our tradition, we just call him Acharya. So he says, and here the text commencing from, but seeing the army of the Pandavas and till right from the beginning, till that shloka, how to explain it, why all these details. And we have seen that the aim is to know, to reveal the cause of the origin of the defect in the form of sorrow, delusion, etc., which are the sources of the cycles of birth and deaths of creatures. So, praninam shoka moh adi sansara bija dosha udbhava karana pradarsanarthatvena. Shoka and moha, sorrow and delusion. These are what? These are the bija, the seeds of this vicious cycle of sansara. So to show that, all these verses we have read. In the Gita they are there. So now how will they cease? How will Shoka and Moha go from our lives? We have seen their cessation comes from nothing other than the knowledge of the Atman, knowledge of God. Therefore, wishing to impart that knowledge through Arjuna for the whole world, Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, making Arjuna the medium, he said, what did he say? We have seen last time. You are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. You are weeping, you are sorrowing. For whom? For people who are not supposed to be grieved for. Someone's phone is making a sound. But yet you speak words of great wisdom. So you are talking big words, but you are doing just the opposite. So the wise do not grieve for those who have departed and those who are still living. They neither grieve for those who have gone, nor for those who are still living. Why? We have seen in the entire universe there are only two entities. First, the Sat, the real, and second, the Asat, that is unreal. What is Sat? The Atman, one who resides in this body. And what is Asat? What is unreal? This body. This body, mind, everything is unreal because they are here today, gone tomorrow. So naturally there can be never any cause for sorrowing for the Sat. You can't sorrow for the Atman. It is true, it is always there, it never goes anywhere. It is the same with the Paramatman actually, same with God. So naturally no need of sorrowing for God. And if you sorrow for the body, that is also no need because by its very nature, the body will not stay. So what is the use of sorrowing for anything which is just obeying its rules? So if you sorrow, oh now it is winter, now it is summer, now it is raining. So in raining, if you sorrow Vancouver, whole life will be in sorrow only.
Somebody has parked the car on.
So what should we sorrow for? We should be sorry for our ignorance. What is the cause of sorrow? The cause of sorrow is only one, ignorance. What does this ignorance lead to? This ignorance leads to the unreal being mistaken for the real. That is the main thing. Once that is gone, sorrow is also gone. This all this we have said, but just a little recapitulation was necessary. So today we will do one verse in detail. I think there will be time for only one verse. So let us go into this fascinating verse of the Gita, very, very important. So this is 2.12. So please repeat after me. न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्. So we'll break up the sandhi first. Aham, I, jatu, ever, na tu asam means did not exist. Na eva. It is not that I never existed. Krishna is telling. And also, tvam means you did not exist. Did not exist is mentioned only once, but it is supposed to be taken with all these, joined with all these. Na asam means did not exist. So Krishna says, Arjuna, why are you grieving? It is not that I did not exist before. And it is not that you also did not exist. And it is not that Janadhipa, these kings, did not exist. All of us have existed before. And Ataparam, after this, after we die, it is not that we will cease to exist. We will always be there. So, before also we are here, afterwards we will also be there. So these most of these words are simple. Aham, I, jatu, ever, na tu asam did not exist. And atah param, after this, hereafter, sarvam, all, vayam, we, na means not, bhavishyama shall exist. So we were there, we will be there. Most of the words are simple. There is only one compound word, that is the Janadhipa. So Janadhipa, how is it formed? Just because you are interested in Sanskrit. Jananam Adhipaha. Jana means people. Adhipa means ruler. So this is what is called, we had seen, a Tat Purush Samas, because the first member, so Tatpurush Samas, the first member qualifies the second. Ruler of whom? Jana, people. So that is why it is called a Tatpurush Samas. So now the simple translation we have already seen of this verse. It is not that, Arjuna, I have never existed, nor you, nor these kings. Nor is it that we shall cease to exist in future. So why are you sorry? So what is the main point which is said here? Main point is to show that since the self is eternal on account of its remaining associated with existence in all the three times, past, present and future. Therefore, its distinction from this body is proven. Bodies come and go. The self never came, it will never go. This is the whole gist to show that. So what is the first line? Natvevaham jatu nasam. So Krishna says, from this standpoint of the people in this world, means for the ordinary people, and ordinary people, what do they think? That before Krishna had taken birth, he was not there. Something new has come. So he says, Krishna says, ordinary people think before I had incarnated, before I had come in this form as Krishna, I was not there at all. And you also, until you were born as Arjuna, people think you are not there at all. Similarly, they think that all these Bhishma, Drona, before they were born as Bhishma, they were not there at all. And they also think once their body dies, they will also cease to exist. That is what we think, no? But to say that I, you, and these kings do not manifest in the present form, did not exist before, would be wrong. Yes, your form is new. You are not there before as Arjuna. I understand. I was not there before as Krishna. Bhishma was not there before as Bhishma. That is something else. But to think that they were not there at all is wrong. Why? Because the Atman is the eternal principle. So there never can be any absence of that. So there is a word Jatu. We have seen. Jatu means indicates in the past, present and future. In any place, condition, state, any circumstances, any kind of circumstances, there cannot be the slightest absence of the eternal reality. By its very nature, that's his nature. Eternal means what? That's what it means. It is always there. And he says, na chaiva na bhavishyama sarvam vayamata param. In the future, you will not be there as Arjuna. The present states of these bodies will not be there, because the bodies themselves will disintegrate. But even in such a state, you will not cease to be. I will not cease to be. We will continue to exist. Why? Because the eternal principle, which is called the Nitya Tattva, has never been absent, nor will it ever be absent. So suppose in a fancy dress party, I have never, of course, gone to any of these. We read about these, so you must have gone. So today you will go as a king.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you may go as beggar. So when you go as a king and you come back home, the form of the king will go. But you are still there. Tomorrow you will go as a beggar. When you come home, you give up that form. But you are still there. So that is the thing. The forms come and go. But one who takes the forms, he is always there. Is it not? So a simile is given in Jnaneshwari. What simile? That there is still water. Water is still in a river. There is a strong wind. The water breaks into waves. The wind ceases. Again the water is calm. So who has been born? What has been born and what has died? Nothing. The water just changed its form. When the wind was gone, the water came back to its original state. Water was neither born nor did it die. Is it not? It is just a change of forms. So it is not true to say that you or I or these kings did not exist before. Nor is it true to say that after death we will not be there at all. So, Lord has spoken of the past and the future, but He does not speak of the present. Because nothing to speak of for the present. Present we will see that from the standpoint of the body, we are all visibly present here and now. So He does not mention present. There can be no doubt about our present existence. However, from the philosophical standpoint, we all exist in the present as well. While the bodies, it is still changing. It is continuously changing. They say that within 7 years, all the cells of our body are changed. It is not the same body at all. So it is continuously changing. Continuously, first it grows, then it declines, goes towards destruction. So even now, when we are existing in this body, since the body is continuously changing, actually we should realize in the present moment our separateness from the body. But we never analyze, we never think, we never have that realization. So the point is that our existence is never absent in the past or in the future, and of course it is not absent at the present. So this should be directly experienced, this truth. That is the aim of human life. To know that I am separate from all these things which change. Once we know, we have reached the goal. Now, there are various examples to make us understand this. Wonderful examples. For example, he says, this is from the wonderful commentary of Swami Ram Das Ji. You can read in the original also if you like. So just as every being has the awareness, we all experience 3 states every day: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. So, just as every being has the awareness before waking from sleep, I exist even now. And upon waking also, the same awareness remains. I still exist. So it follows that even during the state of sleep, we existed exactly as we are. In dreams, we know that dream is going on, but I am there. Otherwise, who is dreaming? So what happens? In deep sleep, when even dreams are not there, all the instruments of external knowledge are absent. Even in dream, actually, we cannot know what is going on outside. We cannot hear, we cannot see. Unless there is a very loud noise, then we wake up. But otherwise, these organs are at rest. We are in a whole mental world. But we ourselves are never absent. So these 3 states are everyday experience. Every day we experience them. When we are awake, we say, I exist. When we are dreaming, though the whole world changes, we still feel, I am. In deep sleep, everything is gone. We know nothing then. But when we are awake again, if the sleep was good, we say, I had a good sleep today. So who experienced that good sleep? You. Otherwise, who could say that? So this recollection implies that someone was present even in deep sleep to later remember it. If we had truly been absent during deep sleep, we could not have said, I slept. Who slept? So even when all mental and sensory functions are suspended, everything goes. Mind is also gone. In deep sleep, the mind is withdrawn. So who is there? All these organs are at rest. But we still feel, I am there. So the Sat being, Sat means what is real, that remains untouched by any of these things. So this has been discussed in very great detail by Shankaracharya in his commentary on the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So the main thing here is what is being told is absence of the awareness of objects is not the absence of the self. It is just merely absence of the instruments of cognition. Because mind is connected with the organs. So when the mind is withdrawn, naturally the organs cannot work. So everything is at rest now, but we are still there. So in the same way, Krishna says, I, you and these kings, our bodies did not exist before and will not be there later. Even now the bodies are perishing. Yet our existence was the same before, now and in future. Because the existence is a timeless reality. Anything which is within time, born, dies, changes. But this existence is even the witness of time. Past, future and present all come within the range of our knowing. We will see later. So it is to explain this timeless principle that Krishna has told this verse to Arjuna. So this is a very significant point. Our existence is a timeless reality. For we are the knowers of time. How? How can it be? See, time is known as past, present and future. We know. I had a past. Yesterday I ate this, I ate that. Present, I am doing this, I am doing that. Future, I will do this, I will do that. So who is knowing this time? Who is knowing this division of time? I am knowing. If I am knowing something, I cannot be that thing. Is it not? It has to be separate from me. I am seeing this chair, I am seeing this table, I know this chair, I know this table. Means I am not the chair. If I was the chair, how could I know it as separate from me? Is it not? So when I know the time, when I am the knower of the time, now it is past, that has gone. Now it is present, now is the future. So how can I be within time? I cannot be. We say, I remember the past, I experience the present, I anticipate the future. So in each of these statements, the I is a part. It is the witness. So Shri Krishna is teaching the eternity of the Atman, the self, the being, Sat, that never ceases to exist. What we call I, you, they, the conscious principle by which we know everything, is being, Sat, not an event in time. It was never born. So bodies and minds appear and disappear in that being. But being itself is not born, nor can it be destroyed. Because by its very nature, it is Sat. By its very nature, it is existence. So, just to give an example, knowledge. Can not someone who has knowledge, just knowledge. Can knowledge be ignorant?
No.
Knowledge cannot be ignorant. By its very nature, it is knowledge, is it not? So, Sat, that which exists, by its very definition, it cannot non-exist. Is it not? So now, as I love always to give you a headache, I will give a headache. To understand this properly, we must understand the concept of non-existence. It is fascinating. We never even think about these things. What is non-existence? But how our philosophers have analyzed, you will see. So the Sanskrit word for non-existence is abhav. Bhava, abhava. Bhava is existence, abhava is non-existence. So we have to understand what the non-existence, how many types it is, what it means. Otherwise, we will think that Krishna is merely talking about continuation of personality or rebirth. No, rebirth is something different. And here he is telling a different thing. Changeless reality of the being. That is what he is insisting upon. So in Sanskrit logic and Vedanta, abhava does not mean nothingness, emptiness. No. It is a technical term for absence. And it is classified in 4 forms. So I will show you the slides. No, this is for the. This. Here I will show you the slide. See, this is the first kind of abhava. In Sanskrit, it is called pragabhava. So, when you split the sandhi, it is called prak. Prak means before. And abhava means absence. So, the thing means prior non-existence. Prior non-existence. What is it? Absence of an effect before it comes into existence. For example, a pot was not there before. So there is abhava of pot, there is absence of pot. Now the pot is made. So that abhava ends, absence ends. Is it not? So before the summer comes, in India we see no mangoes on the tree. Summer is coming, mango is there. So what is happening? When there was no mango, there was the absence of mango. Abhava of mango. Prior non-existent. Before it came, it did not exist. Then when the mango comes, that absence ends. So before the pot was made, it was abhava, it was not there. So this abhava of a pot before it was made, does it have a beginning? A pot was not there before it was made. There was the absence of the pot. Katie, absence of the pot was there or not? Before you were not here, there was your absence here. Is it not? So, did that absence have a beginning? Everybody blank. Before a new pot is made, the absence of the pot is there or not?
Yes.
Does that absence have a beginning? No. Eternity. It was never there. It was never there. So how could it have a beginning?
It is a form, but the clay was there.
Clay might have been there. We are talking about the pot, not the clay. So before that form came into existence, the pot came into existence. That abhava, it is beginningless. Because it was never there. Never. Other pots may have been there. That pot was not there. But when it is made, that abhava ends. The absence ends. So prak abhava means praga bhava has no beginning.
Continue.
But it has an end. When the thing is made, it will end. Absence of the pot will end when the pot is made, is it not?
Yes.
but it had never had a beginning because the pot was never there. So remember this, prior non-existence, pragabhava, it has no beginning. It cannot have a beginning, but it has an end. Okay, now next, pradhvansa bhava. Dhvansa means destruction. So pradhvansa bhava is destructional absence. So pot you have made very nicely, but a cat comes, knocks it over, the pot is gone. So again there is absence of pot. But this absence is a different kind. This is after destruction. So anything which was there, it is destroyed. Again that abhava comes. But this abhava is a different abhava from the earlier one. Why? Because this one has a beginning. A pot is there. When does the abhava start? When it is destroyed. But it has no end. Because you will never get that very pot again. Exact thing you will never get again. Because it has been destroyed. So, that abhava which is before a thing is made is beginningless because that thing was never there. But it has end because when it is made, that absence will end. But here, this abhava is opposite. It has a beginning. Absence of the pot was not there when the pot was still there. So it starts when the pot is destroyed. But will the absence ever end? No. That is gone. That pot is gone. For that pot, this absence will never end. So these two are most important. There are other two types we will see, but they are not very important for our discussion here. But see their analysis. That is the main thing. So third is atyanta abhava. Atyanta abhava is permanent absence. Past, present and future. Why? How? Example, castle in the air. So in Sanskrit the favorite terms are Akasha Kusumavat. Kusum means flower. Flower in the sky. So flower in the sky, previously also there was absence. Now also there is absence. Future also there will be absence. So this has no beginning because it was always there. And it will never end because it will always be abhava. So beginningless and endless. The absence of a flower in the sky is beginningless. It never existed. It is not there now. It will never be there in future. This is called atyanta bhava. Absolute non-existence. And what is the fourth one? The non-existence of one thing in another thing. So a table is not in the chair. Is it not? A chair is not in the table. So the absence of a chair in the table is always there. Absence of a table in the chair is always there. So this absence, what does it do? It is just making us know the difference between things. That is the thing. A grass is not there in the flower, a flower is not there in the grass. So this is called mutual non-existence. And naturally, this abhava also can never end. It will always be there. X will always be different from Y. Is it not? So, 4 types of abhava is there. Prak abhava means prior non-existence, before a thing was made. Pradhvansa bhava is absence after the thing is destroyed. Third abhava is absolute non-existence. That thing can never be. Flower in the sky. And anyonya bhava is what? It means that one thing is different from another. So these types, they are called four types of abhava. So here what does Krishna declare? Aham na asam jatu na, means there never was a time when I did not exist. So what is he denying? What type of abhava is he denying? A pot. A pot, before it was made, it was not there. That is called praga bhava. So Krishna, what is he telling? There never was a time when I was not there. Means he is telling that I cannot have praga bhava. There never was a time when I was not there. A pot, before it is made, it is not there. But don't think that we are like that. You and I, all these kings. Because there never was a time when we were not there. And he is also denying pradhvansa bhava. Pradhvansa bhava means what? Pot is destroyed, finished. It is not there, absence. Krishna says that is also not true. After we die, don't think we will cease to exist like the pot. We will be there. The bodies may be destroyed. So what type of abhava is he contradicting? Prak abhava, prior non-existence, and pradhvansa bhava means non-existence which occurs after destruction. So what he means to say is there is no time in which I was absent. I have always been. I shall always be. There is no moment in which I am not. There is no moment in which you are not. There is no moment in which all these kings were not. We were there, we are now here, we will continue to be there.